So today we are going to be planting our fields here on Edgewater, Saskatchewan. This is survival farming, by the way. We've got, let's see, 5 fields it looks like to plant. Field 42, which I'm in now, will need lime spread. That's what I got the white here for, with our Bradle fertilizer spreader here filled with lime. Then we'll be planting on 17, 38, 37, and 34 for next year. We already planted wheat on 36, just in case you missed it. And yeah, without further ado, I'm going to get into spreading lime, just so I can show you here. April and May are the sweet spot for planting this season, so that's next month. So yeah, we're just going to get this lime spread here. We're definitely going to need to get back for another load of lime, but I'm going to empty this one out just so we can be as efficient as possible. You may notice that giant pile of straw there. That is from when I was baling. Unfortunately, that is off the border of the field, so I can't access it unless I buy all the roads. Let me see if you even can do that. Yeah, I don't have 1.2 million to buy the roads, so unfortunately that's not going to be fixed for now. It really bugs me. I'm sure it bugs you guys too. Yeah, I'm going to keep going, get this lime spread, and then we will be working on getting planting set up. And we do have a small direct drill seeder. It's John Deere. I don't know quite how wide it is, but yeah, that should do just fine on these fields. We may even buy another one because I've got money for it, just to get all these fields spread. Just in case you haven't seen the other episodes, I do have 2 episodes out. I'll have the link to that, to the playlist, down in the description, so you guys don't miss it. And if you don't want to miss future episodes, consider subscribing, and that way you can see them right when they come out. And yep. Anyways, we are just about empty here. There we are, empty. So now I'm going to head back and get it filled up. Catch you guys when we're back in the field, ready to spread again. Here we are back in the field. We'll get this thing filled with lime, and then we'll get right on to planting, as I said earlier. And I'm going to do this in a time lapse because I think spreading lime is pretty satisfying. Enjoy! Okay, so now that we got that done, we can get the sprayer hooked up to our tractor once we hose it down a little bit, because it is messy. And then we'll head to our field of wheat that we planted a little while ago, and we'll get those sprayed off. There's a bunch of weeds growing in there, and we don't like weeds. We're farmers. So that's what I'm going to do. We're going to get that sprayed off. There you can see it in the top of the screen there, that green field and a sea of white. That's our wheat field there. I'm not sure how far along it is growing wise. Hopefully it's not a problem for me to drive my tractor in there. If it is, then I'm going to have to... Looks to be still pretty light green. I don't want to have to throw narrow tires on anything just because that costs money, and I don't really have a lot of that. But I will do that if I have to. So yeah, we're going to get this thing cleaned up. We're going to get the fertilizer spreader tucked away, and we'll get our sprayer out. Here we are at the wheat field, and I do want to check and make sure I'm not going to destroy this stuff. So let's just drive over it a little bit. Yep, that looks okay. So we'll get this sprayer unfolded and we'll knock these weeds out. Just picking up a few scragglers sticking around. Let's see if there's anything else that needs done. Oh, there's a little piece. Whoopsies. Oh man, I'm going crazy. Okay. There we go. That should be all of those weeds out of there. So let's get this folded up. And back to the farm. Field is looking pretty good. Let's see what the yields are looking like. Yield expectations here. Looks like we're gonna get, ooh, that's not good. 60% over here. pH and nitrogen are perfect, so I'm doing what I can. It does need plowed, it looks like. Did that say it needed lime as well? Needs rolling and needs plowing. Okay, so looks like after harvest, I'm going to have to plow all my fields so we can get yield up. But no need to worry about that now. Let's just get planting rolling here. And we'll worry about plowing after harvest. I am going to use the stair, at least at the start, to run the planter. It's faster by a few miles an hour, so it's just, I don't know, it's more fun to use to go to the further fields. May use this white field boss on the fields closer to home, but that is something that can easily be figured out later on. Let's just get this puppy backed up and dropped off. Let's shut the doors and sleep the day away. Not that I really have the money, but I will check through the used vehicle sale. I am running a mod, in case you didn't notice. There are a lot more vehicles than normal in this, so I'm running a mod that allows you to edit the maximum number of vehicles for sale, so it's very handy, and it is more realistic than base game, I feel. There's no agricultural dealers. There are few agricultural dealers that only have like 3 or 4 items on hand for sale, so I just run that mod because it's more realistic in my eyes, and it's a lot easier, more convenient. Anyways, we're going to plant barley first, and I'll plant that in fields 42 and what's that other one up there? 42 here and 17. We'll get barley in those 2 fields. I'm going to need to move the white field boss. Let's get these doors open. get this puppy fired up and out of the way. Alright, there we go. Now let's get this thing out of the shed. Stuff's getting dirty. I might have to wash this stuff down once we get back. Alright. It is, you know, about a half full, so probably don't need to fill it up, but I will anyways. And then, for some reason, you have to back up and then come back in, because otherwise it doesn't really recognize it. But anyways, now that we got that all the way filled up, we're going to head over to those fields that I talked about earlier. We'll get them with barley, and actually I'll just get on the road before I talk about the game plan. Here we are. Alright, so the game plan as of now, as I said, barley on these two, and then for these three, I'm going to do oats on 34 and soybean on 37 and 38, I think. Just so we can get some good cash crops. I may just do soybean on all three, actually. Who knows? Just so we can get some fairly easy crops. But I don't want to do all one crop, because if the price is bad when it's time to sell it, then you're sort of screwed. So you want to diversify, which is why I'm doing barley, wheat, and soybeans. But yeah, I think the brunt of our money is going to come from those soybeans. So that's enough babbling for now, though. Let's get this field planted. And yeah, we'll see where it takes us. Well, I was getting scared I wouldn't have enough seeds to finish this field, but we did just barely manage to get it done. Those 2 fields didn't take terribly long, but now we've got all our barley planted, so can do some wheat as well. Once I get back to the farm and get some more seeds, we'll do some wheat to accompany our field 36 that we've already got full of wheat. So we'll have 2 fields of wheat, 2 fields of barley, and 2 fields of soybeans all said and done, which I think is some pretty good diversification. We're not all on 1 crop or even 2. We've got a steady split that's even of 3 crops. So yeah, I'll head back to the farm and get this seeder filled up, and then we'll get back in the fields. And I may rent a roller just to ensure we get some good yield from these fields. Yeah, there should be some pretty cheap rollers out there, but that's just if we have time. Here we are in field 38, where we're going to be planting wheat. The good part of doing soybeans is that they don't take any nitrogen fertilizer, so whatever I end up with here after I'm done with this 1 wheat field that I'm doing, we're going to be sitting on for the rest of it. Like, we don't need to go and fill up the fertilizer, so that'll be pretty nice. I would like to have a different seeder by next harvest, or next planting season. I'm not sure if that's going to be possible, but because I'm definitely wanting to expand as fast as we can on hard difficulty here. Just because that's the best way to make money. Having more land means more crops that you're growing, which means more money coming in at the end of every harvest. So that's definitely where I'm trying to go with things. I don't want to go like get too varied where I'm having animals and production chains and all this jazz before we're even have a sustainable farm. So definitely going to be looking at some bigger fields, some bigger planters whenever we can afford them, and maybe even having to take out a loan or something if necessary. But I don't want to put ourselves in too much debt, because that loan interest is just money off the top that I don't need to deal with. Right? I'm already struggling to make money in a sense, because it's, a hard difficulty, but this farm's been doing pretty well, so just gotta keep pushing on. That there is 2 fields rolled, and I just have to do that one more field that I just planted with wheat a little bit ago. And the reason I'm rolling is to get, I think it's either a 5 or 10% yield boost, which doesn't sound like a whole lot, but it'll definitely pay for itself. This roller was, I think, about $2,500 to rent. Obviously, if I spend more than an hour with it, then that rent goes up, but surely we'll see more than that in return on our crops harvest. Even just a 2% yield boost. Well, we'll see how it goes. I hope I will get the return on investment here, but even if not, it still will increase my environmental score, I believe. So, yeah, just doing our job to take care of the soil, that's all. So yeah, I will get this last field here done, and then we'll be moving forward into May, where we can plant our soybeans and roll those fields, and we'll probably spray the weeds off in all these fields, because they're sure to be popping up shortly. Now, before I sleep through the night and move on into May, I am going to check and see if there's any good contracts. I doubt there really will be, but you never know, so it's always good to check. Yep, just some simple fertilizing contracts. I'm going to pass on those. So we'll get... I'm not going to clean it up. I was planning on cleaning stuff up, but I'm just going to be getting right back out to work tomorrow, so I might even just leave this stuff outside overnight. Yep, so we'll go and sleep, and then we'll be moving on into May for planting some soy. And that will be where I'll wrap the episode up after that's done. If you guys have any suggestions or anything, feel free to leave a comment. Suggestions on mods to use, maps to play on, maybe some tractors to buy for the farm, or even like directions, which fields to buy. Should I buy big fields, small fields? Oh, look at that, it's raining. I don't think that messes with planting. Maybe it'll even clean off my tractor so I don't have to power wash them. That'd be nice. As I said before, soybeans do not require any nitrogen, so I'll just fill up on seed and leave the fertilizer half full because I don't need it. We can have a look at our crops as we drive by. Looks like the wheat has grown a little bit. It's in the next growth stage. Yeah, let's just take a look at this one. I'll just park this here and go have a look at these crops across the way here. Just jump the fence here. 115% yield potential, or 115% yield. So I'm guessing, is that the weeds that are bringing that yield down a little bit? Alright, crops look good. Just have to get those weeds sprayed off so we can get proper yield out of there. Hopefully, I don't know if the game has any mud in it. I don't believe the traction goes down much at all when it's raining, but we'll find out soon enough if I start to slip and slide all over the place. In that case, I would just hold off until the rain is done, because it looks like it'll be sunny here before too long. But on this map, there is a 1 month window to plant for a lot of stuff. Let's check that. So yeah, most things can only be planted in May, and just because it's raining in May doesn't mean you just wait till next month to plant. You got to get it done. So yeah, we'll work through rain, snow, whatever, to get stuff done on time. We can't afford to leave a field empty for a year. It's too much money just sitting there. Anyways, before I start babbling too much, I'll get to this field done, and then we'll be rolling and probably spraying as well, and then we'll wrap things up. So enjoy. And there we have it. We've planted all of our fields. So now we just got to roll those 3 fields that I did with soybeans, and then we will be wrapping things up here. Yeah, this did take quite a while, so definitely looking to upgrade our seeding setup. But we're pretty close to as big as we can get with the horsepower we have. And upgrading a tractor would be expensive, so yeah, we'll just have to see what happens in order for us to upgrade. I was planning on washing these, but it's been raining, so they're not too bad. Let's just get this put away. In the shed here. Dang it, I was doing so good. Right like that. Yep, and we'll be spraying next time, so actually let's just get the sprayer on here right now. Nah, I'll wait. Let's get things rolling. Alrighty guys, here's where I'm going to wrap up this episode. I'm just going to finish these other 2 fields here off camera, in between episodes, just so you guys don't have to watch me roll like 6 or 7 fields or whatever it was in one day. Next episode will be spraying the crops and potentially taking a contract or 2 and buying some new land, so be sure to check that out. But for now, if you guys liked this video, consider giving it a like. That helps boost it and get it to other people so that they can see it, and hopefully they like it just as much as you did. If you have any suggestions or anything like that, feel free to leave a comment. Yeah, I do this for my enjoyment. I also do it for the enjoyment of my viewers, and if they have any suggestions or whatever that would help the playthrough, such as like a map or a mod that I don't know of, or just a suggestion on which piece of land to buy or which tractor to get next, something like that. Yeah, that's bringing you guys into it and making it more our playthrough instead of just my playthrough. And if you like the content that I put out, then feel free to feel free to hit the subscribe button so you never miss it when it comes out. Anyways, that's all for me for now. This is Fast Farmer. I'll see you next time. Peace.